Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request that you all stay until the investigation is completed.
What? Mr. Blanc, I just buried my father who committed suicide. Why are you here?
I suspect foul play. I have eliminated no suspects. Harlan was cleaning house. Everyone in the family has possible motives.
Get your popcorn, get your popcorn. Let the show begin.
Lights, camera, and action.
Shh, they're about to start the movie.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Freeman, and welcome back to Joshua vs. Movies, where I react, review, and go against all your favorite movies. Today, the movie I'll be going against, standing in the red corner, Knives Out. Knives Out came out in 2019 and was directed by Rian Johnson. Knives Out tells the story of a private investigator uncovering secrets of a rich family after a family member commits suicide. The movie stars Danielle Craig, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, and Toni Collette. The movie was met with positive reviews, but we'll see if the mystery is sharp enough when it goes against me. The genre of the movie will be mystery, while the visuals and the stunts will represent how well the visual imagery and the stunts are throughout the movie. If you guys have any questions on the scoring template for each category, it will be in the description below. But I think we're all set. So without further ado, let's get to the review.
Fight!
Round 1.
Romy, I'm coming in.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this opening scene with the housekeeper finding Mr. Thrombey, and I gotta say, it's led by the score.
Fight!
Round 2.
It's Harlan's son. Hi, Walt.
Hi, Martha. The police have a few more questions for everybody.
What?
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. You with the help?
Hey, her name's Marta. She was Granddad's nurse. She's with us. The help? Marta, anything you need. You're part of this family.
How you doing, kiddo?
Linda?
Die up your own ass for all I
Richard.
care. He's not coming. Ransom, little shit. Missed the funeral.
I'll go first. I'm assuming this will all be wrapped up before the memorial tonight.
All right, we're with Linda Drysdale, nee Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's eldest daughter. So we understand that night the family had gathered to celebrate your father's 85th birthday.
Yes.
Did anyone besides the family show face?
Fran, the housekeeper. Marta, Harlan's caregiver. Family's from Ecuador. And Juanetta, great nana, Harlan's mom.
Okay, and your son, Ransom, did he attend as well?
Yes, but he left early. Richard came early to help the caterers set up.
Okay, and you and your husband, Richard, work at a real estate firm in Boston?
No, it's my company.
Everyone idolizes their dad, right?
I don't know. Do they?
Did they?
Very much not. Harlan started out with a Rusty Smith Corona and built himself into one of the best-selling mystery writers of all time.
For the record, I'm speaking with Walt Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's youngest son. So you run your father's publishing company?
Yeah. Over 80 million copies sold. A real legacy. We all got here around 8. My son Jacob, very politically active.
The boy is literally a Nazi.
He's an alt-right troll dipshit.
I was happy to have that night with him. to be by his side, to think about our books and what we've accomplished with them.
So we're here with Joni Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I married his son Neil. We had one daughter, Meg.
You remained close to the Thrombeys.
Oh, they're my family. I feel simultaneously freed by and supported by them. But it's also Harlan. He got me and Meg through some tough times.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this scene with the detectives interviewing everyone. First, I love it directing-wise, and I think it's a great exposition for the movie. But not just for the story, but because it provides what happens at the party, and also how it shows off how each character is.
Fight!
Round 3.
If I could pause, because who is that guy? And why are we doing all this again?
This is all pro forma.
Okay. So who the fuck is that?
This is Benoit Blanc.
I read a tweet about a New Yorker article about you. The last of the gentleman's sleuths? You solved that case with the tennis champ?
Mr. Blanc, I know who you are. I just buried my 85-year-old father who committed suicide. Why are you here?
I'm here at the behest of a client. You will find me a respectful, quiet, passive observer. Harlan's nurse, she was at the party in a professional capacity.
Marta? I guess. Good kid. Been a good friend to Harlan. Family's from Paraguay. Linda really likes her work ethic.
As a self-made man myself, I have to express my admiration for how you followed in your father's footsteps. You know, the whole family, too, and Joni with her thing, and Walt with his publishing empire.
Well, but really, Dad hands him a book twice a year, and Walt publishes it.
Walt runs the merchandising and adaptations, film and television rights. I mean,
You know he doesn't.
Walt doesn't run shit because there are no TV and film rights. Harlan never allowed any adaptations of his books. Hated the idea. He'd get into it with Harlan.
Did he get into it at the party?
Oh my God.
Come on, Ed.
Wouldn't leave him alone, the poor guy.
What? Richard said what? No, Jesus, we did not get into it.
I'm just trying to get an accurate impression. What did Harlan say to you?
It's hard numbers this time, and I just think this is a window that's not going to stay open. We need to take advantage of it, but then you just need to look at the numbers, please.
They're not our books, son. They're my books. It's unfair of me to keep you tethered to something that isn't yours to control.
What?
I've kept you from building something of your own, but you're not going to be running the publishing house anymore. You're free of it.
We talked. We had a business discussion about e-books. You want to talk about an argument? Hell, Ransom had an argument with him.
Ransom, that's Richard and Linda's son.
Look, we all love Ransom. He's a good kid. We love him.
But
he's always been the black sheep of the family. And Dad, for some unknown reason, always supported him. But that night, God, they had a blowout.
Are you goddamn insane?
We couldn't make it out, really, but strange. They went into another room to do it in front of the whole family.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this scene with Blanc introducing himself and the movie providing every family member with a reason for murder. I mean, first there's Walt being fired and cut off.
But you're not going to be running the publishing house anymore.
Dad, are you firing me?
Next, Ransom had an argument with him the same night.
Usually, they like to stoke up drama in front of the whole family.
Third, Richard is caught cheating by Harlan. He threatened to tell Jamie.
I'm warning you.
No, she deserves
You stay out of my
know.
marriage.
She deserves to know, and you're going to tell her.
The hell I am!
You tell her, or I will.
And fourth, Joni was stealing from Harlan on top of getting money for Meg's tuition.
You have been double-dipping Meg's tuition and stealing from me. $100,000 a year.
And he also cut her off.
This is the last money you or Meg will get from me.
And the funny thing, every single one of them lied about it.
We talked. We had a business discussion about e-books. Jesus, it was nothing.
Harlan had finally decided to put his mom in a nursing home, and Linda had always opposed that. And Harlan wanted me to tell her then.
It's just a money wiring issue with the office at the school, so I had to ask Harlan to cut a check for the semester. No big deal.
But it's interesting how it's going to end up because it has been ruled a suicide. But I gotta say, this is really good.
Fight!
Round 4.
Benny, we're getting to the point where I need to know what we're doing here.
The method? Typical for a suicide?
Yeah, I mean, that's dramatic. But look around. Where are you going?
Harlan Thrombey's nurse. You're hired on a part-time basis as a registered nurse, yes?
Yes. Well, I started at 15 and then he needed more help.
Medical help.
He needed a friend.
I suspect that Harlan has told you much unfiltered truth about each of them. You have a regurgitative reaction to Miss Truden.
Yes.
Oh.
Just the thought of lying. Yeah, it makes me puke.
Is Richard having an affair?
Why do men instinctively pull at loose threads?
What? No.
My dear girl, I'm sorry. I assumed you were speaking figuratively. But I was obviously right. Richard is having an affair. His father-in-law found out and confronted him.
Protecting a relationship is a motive. That's weak sauce. You know that.
Well, then there is Joni.
Joni?
Miss Cabrera, one moment, please.
Yes, I just want to...
Was Harlan planning on cutting off Joni's allowance?
What's up?
Said he paid the school directly. Joni said he sent the money to her. She was pocketing the double payment. Harlan found out and cut her off without a cent. Yes?
Yes?
So she busted him off?
You're just dumping that vat of weak sauce on me.
Granted, but she lied to me. All three of them did.
Three.
Harlan had turned Walter down before regarding film rights, but that night something Harlan said shook him. Now we look at the pattern. Harlan was cleaning house. And yes, you are right. None of these weak alibis and domestic squibbles answer your question. Why is Benoit Blanc here?
Who hired you?
I do not know. An envelope of cash showed up at my apartment yesterday with a news clip on Thrombey's death. So somebody suspects foul play and goes through this high-chair dance of hiring me, of staying anonymous. Compels me, though.
Yo. Okay, so that's gonna be my point. I like this scene. It's just my problem with this scene is a plot point of Marta not being able to lie. I feel this is a huge plot convenience for the detectives to find out who's lying.
Fight!
Round 5.
Walk me through everyone's whereabouts at the time of death.
Stairs leading up to Harlan's bedroom and his attic office creak horribly. And Linda is a light sleeper, so we know every time someone took the stairs that night. The first was when Joni heard a ka-thunk from somewhere above her in the house. She's concerned about Harlan, so she goes up to investigate. Harlan was in his attic office with Marta.
Hi, Johnny.
He explained that they had just knocked over the go board.
I just knocked over the go board, son.
Go to bed.
Go to bed, Joni.
Love you.
Love you.
10 minutes later, Linda is awoken a second time by Marta leaving.
Walt, I'm leaving.
He saw her leave and drive off. 15 minutes later, Linda is awoken for the third and final time. Harlan, who came down for a midnight snack,
Dad, go back to bed.
which Walt tried to discourage. As Walt was finishing his cigar at about 12:30, Meg came on. She went straight to bed. Walt and Jacob turned in shortly after that. That's it. All right? Now, everyone's stories matched. Every moment accounted for. Harlan slit right through his carotid. We saw from the blood spat patterns that they were uninterrupted, meaning it's almost impossible for anyone to have been around him at the time.
Everyone can lie.
Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this scene with Elliot going over everyone's whereabouts. And I gotta say, it's another great scene directing wise.
Fight!
Round 6.
Miss Cabrera, we kept you waiting all afternoon because I wanted to hear from you last. You took Mr. Thrombey upstairs at 11:30 and left at midnight. Tell us what happened in that half hour.
Okay, that's... Hey, Harlan.
No second thoughts.
No. After
Not
champagne,
breaking tradition on my birthday.
Can you just take your goddamn medicine and go to bed?
If you're going to put that vile shit in me, you'll have to earn it.
Okay, let's do this 9 by 9.
Right.
You ready?
I'll whip your ass.
Are you sure?
Christopher Plummer, man.
It's basically over. My only hope is that an earthquake will strike. Hello, get under a door frame. Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Oh, that's fair.
How was tonight? I know you weren't looking forward to it.
No, but I did it. I cut the line on all 4 of them. You know, sometimes I think that everything I've given my family I've done without knowing, or maybe to keep them beneath me. Encouraged Walt to write his own stories, not just be a caretaker of mine. And then I could have been kinder to Linda and Ransom. You know, I don't fear death. I'd like to fix some of this before I go.
You had a long day. You wanted the drugs?
You mean the good stuff?
Yeah.
This stuff is the best.
This is what I just give you 100 milligrams of.
Excuse me, but what is the good stuff's dosage supposed to be?
3 milligrams.
Oh, that's much less.
I'm gonna give you an emergency shot of naloxone so you don't die in 10 minutes.
So, if someone switched the meds on purpose, I'd be dead in 10 minutes.
Yes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, the ambulance would take at least 15 minutes to arrive. Do you have an extra stuff?
Yes, I'm gonna find it. I have it because it comes with the kids. It should be here. So I'm gonna use the phone, okay? To call an ambulance. What are you doing?
Listen to me.
Harlan, I need to call
Stop
the ambulance.
this, stop this.
I'm calling the family.
Oh my god, that's what it was.
We have got to get you out of this. Think of your mom.
My mom.
Oh, hi, Joni.
Hi.
Your mom is still undocumented. She'll be found out and at best deported, and your family will be broken.
What do you want me to do?
Go downstairs and say goodbye loudly.
Walt, I'm leaving.
Drive out the gate. Then, to avoid the security cameras, pull off the road before the carved elephant. Park and come back on foot up to the house. The only way is to climb the side trellis and come in through the trick hall window.
You gotta be kidding me.
I am not. And for God's sake, don't make any noise. Once you're inside, get my robe and cap from my bedroom and put them on. Walt is smoking outside and he'll see you.
Dad, go back to bed.
You see, you've gone from suspect number 1 to an impossibility. Leave the way you came.
Ransom, are you back again already?
You know I can't lie, I'll puke.
Well, then don't lie. Tell fragments of the truth in this exact order.
We played our nightly game of Go. At some point, he knocked the board over, and Joni came up to check on us, and I left him in his study. At midnight, I said goodbye to Walt.
Did you notice anything strange or off about his demeanor?
Sounds about right. Thank you, Miss Cabrera.
Yo, Oh my god. Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this scene with the movie showing what really happened to Harlan.
Harlan, I have to get you help.
Everything will be just fine.
Now the only question is who switched the vials. Unless Marta actually switched the vials and all of that was just for show. But at this point, she doesn't really have a motive for switching the vials though. Oh my, it's crazy. But when it comes to the directing by Rian Johnson, it ends up being one of the highlights of the movie. He does a great job incorporating some nice shots in the movie. From the cuts while the characters are telling the story, to the shots in the car. So with that, the movie earns a 1.0 out of 1.0 for directing.
Fight!
Round 7.
Hey, Franny. How about a glass of cold milk?
Hey, asshole. Not her name, not her job.
Hey, Meg. How's the SJW degree coming?
Funny, Ransom, you skipped the funeral, but you're early for the will reading. Why are you even bothering? That's what I'm asking myself.
What's that supposed to mean?
Jacob was in that bathroom the night of the party.
What the hell were you doing in the bathroom all night?
Nothing.
Swatting Syrian refugees.
No, I was not.
Jacob, we know where this is going. You were in the bathroom next to Harlan's office where he had the fight with Ransom. Now you heard something.
I just heard two things. My will. And then I heard Ransom say, I'm warning you.
What's that mean?
Our father finally came to his senses and cut this worthless little brat out of his will.
He was the fourth one.
I guess you're gonna have to sell the Beamer and kick whatever fashion drug you're on.
Chris Evans, man.
Did Harlan tell you he was going to cut you out of the will?
Yep.
This might be the best thing that could ever happen to you.
My mother, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing good is ever easy.
Up your ass, Joni. You've been teaching this family's tit for a long time.
Up your ass?
Up your ass?
Facts.
Do not use that word in front of my son.
Eat shit.
If I
Eat
wasn't
shit.
practicing-
We can all eat shit.
Oh my god.
I'm warning you. Ransom said I'm warning you. What do we have here? This looks like a relatively fresh break. Yep, right there. Where's that window?
Want some more cookies?
Great. That's great.
Hey, maybe Harlan left you a cold glass of milk in his will, asshole.
Traces of dried mud. On the night of the party, somebody who did not want to be heard climbing those steps went to a great deal of trouble to break into Harlan Thrombey's rooms. The game is afoot.
Well, thank you all for getting together like this. Harlan altered his will a week before he died. He sealed it. Harlan's assets included
The house.
the house, $60 million in various cash accounts and investments, and of course, sole ownership of Blood Like Wine. I, Harlan Thrombey, I hereby direct that all my assets, both liquid and otherwise, I leave in their entirety to Marta Cabrera.
Oh my god.
The copyright of its catalog, likewise, I leave in its entirety to Marta Cabrera.
No.
No.
That's not.
This can't be legal.
It's right. He's been.
Oh my God.
There's safeguards against this.
Right. Fine.
Alan, you can take this piece of paper and shove it right up your ass and get out. We are the Thrombeys, goddammit. This is still our house.
Likewise, the house at 2 Dearborn Drive and all belongings therein, I leave to Marta Cabrera.
Oh, you little bitch.
And in the meantime, I'd maybe run.
Wait, Marta.
Now, would you please, ladies and gentlemen, please.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know why he...
I'm not on Twitter anymore. So DM me.
I think this could be the best thing to happen to all of you.
my lord. I just gotta know if she knows that now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a dope scene at the will reading with Harlan leaving everything to Marta. And when it comes to the actors and the acting, they end up being another highlight in the movie. The movie does a great job going over who each character is throughout the movie. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, and Toni Collette are great as Harlan's kids and daughter-in-law. And then you have a great casting in Chris Evans as the
Trust fund prick.
All right.
and also the other grandkids.
Alt-right troll.
Liberal snowflake.
I don't know what any of that means.
I also like how each one of Harlan's kids remember cutting the cake differently, and also how the movie shows each character's different perception. Also, the scene when they're talking politics in the dining room does a nice job with that.
But it's true. America is for Americans.
Don't point at me.
Where's Martha? Is she still here?
Oh,
Martha,
God, don't.
Come on
No,
over.
Richard.
Come on over, Martha.
And it also does a nice job showing off each character's personality.
If you want to become an American, there are legal ways to do it.
We are losing our way of life and our culture. There
That's
are
right.
millions of Mexicans coming.
Oh, God.
And don't make
Really?
this a race thing. You
Yeah,
always make
this
this
is not
a
about
race thing.
race.
I would say the same thing if they were European.
And when it comes to Daniel Craig, he's good as Detective Blanc, but the standout is Ana de Armas as Marta. She really shines throughout the movie and the movie with some legendary actors. And as always, Christopher Plummer is always a win. So with that, the movie earns a 1.0 out of 1.0 for actors and acting.
Fight!
Round 8.
Walt? Walt, I want you to know that I didn't know about any of this.
We know you did.
This is...
We know you did.
I haven't even looked at all this yet.
It must just be local lawyers and accountants who saw the news and want to get a jump on it. The kind of press and scrutiny that this kicks up, and we know with your mother.
My mother?
Yeah. We don't want to attack you with this, but Marta, if your mother came into the country illegally, criminally, and you come into this inheritance with all the scrutiny that entails, you better be sure that's what you want.
I don't know. What's this?
It's my medical back tag. They have my medical bag for some reason.
Marta, this is going to show the morphine overdose. But what kind of blackmail scheme is this? I mean, the actual evidence is sitting up the street at the crime lab.
Now, this thing went up really quick, so that means blood stores, records, anything of that nature, it's all gone.
What's still pending from the autopsy?
Just a report on the blood work.
Holy shit.
Marta, this means the blackmailer has the only paper copy of the thing that can prove your guilt. You didn't get any other instructions, no phone call, no email, nothing?
I haven't checked my email. There is one.
Yeah, that's it.
If you destroy that copy, you're totally in the clear.
Do you hear me?
Yo, okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This scene isn't bad with Walt warning Marta about her moms, and then her finding a note. I also like Marta actually going to the place and finding the housekeeper friend.
Fran?
Fight!
Round 9.
Oh, okay. Well, has she come to her senses?
Well, she's standing right there, Richard. She can speak for
Is the
herself.
rest of the family here?
In the living room.
I think it would be better if we were to get her together.
She basically told me where it was. Anyways, this will tie everything up.
Excuse me! You have not been good to her. You have all treated her like shit. Miss Cabrera has decided, definitively, not to renounce the inheritance.
What?
It will be my professional recommendation that the manner of death is ruled as suicide.
Blanc.
What?
Goodbye.
What's going on?
Keep the family out of this room. Get them out of the house if you can, but stand by with your additional officer.
It is an unmovable fact that I killed Harlan.
I spoke in the car about the hole at the center of this donut, but we must look a little closer. And when we do, we see the donut hole has a hole in its center. It is not a donut hole, but a smaller donut with its own hole. And our donut is not a hole at all. If the intent was to reverse Marta's inheritance, they must have known that Marta was responsible. An intriguing combination of facts.
The only person that I feel that knew about the will was Ransom.
Well, there's someone in the family that observed Marta doing something suspicious.
But they would have had no reason not to speak up. But there is at least one truly guilty party behind it all. Guilty in the true sense of acting with malice and committing a heinous crime with selfish intent.
Marta, I'm so sorry. I told them everything. I figured it was up. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right, Ransom.
You might tell us all why you hired me.
Why I hired you?
You're right. Let's back it up to the night of the party. Your argument with Harlan. I submit. Harlan told you everything.
You can't be serious. Not a red dime or word of my work to a single one of them. You included.
How would the topic of the will have steered around to Marta?
You can't be that crazy. You're not just gonna throw away your fortune.
No, I'm giving it to Marta.
You're a Brazilian nurse. Are you guys?
You're a Brazilian nurse.
If you think
I've made the change to my will. It's done.
I'm warning you.
So you storm out. You drive off into the night. And a plan forms. You return, then on foot up towards the house. What you need to do will take moments. And you know,
Switch them.
if Marta was responsible for his death, the Slayer rule would nullify the change will and you would get your share back. As a final precaution, you took the naloxone.
Then when I got them mixed up,
She switched them
I
back.
accidentally switched them back, so...
The vials themselves are identical. How'd you know this was the morphine?
I just knew.
You knew because you'd done it 100 times. Harlan was perfectly fine.
Damn.
His blood was normal. The cause of death was truly, solely suicide. In fact, if Harlan had listened to you and called the ambulance, he would be alive today.
Damn.
A twisted.
Yo. Oh my lord. Yo, that's crazy. Okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. This is a dope reveal and twist with Blanc finding out Ransom's plan. And also Marta switching back the vials by mistake. And I gotta say, this movie does a great job putting together an entertaining mystery that gets the audience hooked from the start, while also delivering a great twist in the end. The only thing that really hinders this great plot in the story is the plot convenience of Marta not being able to lie, which ends up helping the detectives throughout the movie. But other than that, the plot in the story is great and carefully written by Rian Johnson. So with that, the movie earns a 0.9 or 1.0 for plot and story.
Fight!
Final round, round 10.
Marta, when Great Nana spotted you climbing down the trellis, she said,
Ransom, are you back again already?
"Are you back again already?" Because earlier that
He came
night,
down and she saw, oh,
just as we have no real proof of Marta mixing up the vials, so it's your word.
You have her confession.
Much later that night, you'd have to come back to the house to retrieve the incriminating tampered vials. However, this time the dogs were outside. Get the vials tomorrow. But tomorrow brings news, not of a medical error and a guilty nurse, but of a slit throat and a suicide. Now the circumstances are perfect for the anonymous hiring of me. The body is discovered early the next morning. Everyone swarms in. You must wait for your moment when the investigation is over and you know the house will be empty.
oh, that's how Fran knew.
Poor Fran. She knew you were up to no good. The numbers, they mean nothing to her. But if Ransom is guilty, its existence is a threat.
So why did you send it to me?
She didn't. She sent it to Ransom. He still thinks Marta has given Harlan the tampered drugs. A blood tox report will prove her guilt. He goes to the will reading in high spirits. And then, Marta's confession. He now realizes that Marta has committed no crime, and the tox report will prove her innocence. He has lost. Unless you decide.
You're not gonna give up the money.
You're not gonna give up the money. Destroy all evidence of Marta's innocence. Step 2, send her the anonymous email and deliver her the blackmail note.
Knew it. And now you're gonna pay for it. Don't come near me. I'm warning you.
She said you did this. She wasn't talking about me. She said you did this. You did this.
Though it meant her losing the inheritance and going to jail, she didn't play your game. She saved Fran's life.
Fran's alive?
Oh, yes. Who will confirm this very story?
Yes? Doctor, that's great news. We'll be there soon. Thank you. She's okay. She's ready to talk.
I'm gonna say this just to you. We welcomed you into our family, and now you think you can steal it from us?
Harlan, he bought this place in the 80s from a Pakistani real estate billionaire.
Up. Yeah, I killed Fran, but I guess I didn't. So what do you have on me? I'll be out in no time. And then you'll see
Just how much hell I can wreak on your life.
That's right. Fran's dead. And you just confessed to her murder.
In for a penny.
Oh, there's so much of me in that kid. Playing life like a game without consequence. Until you can't tell the difference between a stage prop and a real knife.
Shit.
Shit. Yo, okay, so the movie's gonna earn a point right here. I love this scene with Blanc piecing the rest of Ransom playing together. Also, the last shot with Marta on the balcony with the coffee cup is so dope. The movie also does well going over the elements that make it into a good mystery. I mean, it's not just with the twist, but the hint that Fran knew that Ransom had something to do with it.
I don't think he killed himself. There's this Hallmark movie called Deadly by Surprise with Danica McKellar, and in it she plays his wife who's getting poisoned.
And also her mentioning her cousin.
And my cousin, who's a receptionist at the medical examiner's office, she says that stuff totally happens.
To the dogs barking at Ransom when he first came to the house.
No. Hey.
And I gotta say, it's really good. So with that, the movie earns a 0.5 out of 0.5 for mystery. So there you guys have it. That's my match against Knives Out. It turns out the mystery is sharp enough as I end up losing this one. We're not done yet though. Let's go see where it fits on a scale. Yep. Let's go check out the final numbers.
Oh. Okay, so when it comes to the final numbers, we have everything except for the editing, the score, and the visuals and the stunts. There wasn't any problems in terms of the editing, so that remained a 0.3 out of 0.3. And when it comes to the score, it ends up being good by Nathan Johnson. Johnson does a good job adding an immersive score during certain scenes in the movie. And even though it's not present during every scene because of the importance of the dialogue, it is still good. So with that, the movie earns a 0.1 out of 0.2 for score. And when it comes to the visuals and the stunts, they end up being good in the movie. The few stunts that are in the movie are good, and the visual imagery that is present throughout the film is a great inclusion. So with that, the movie earns a 0.5 out of 0.5 for visuals and stunts. So now that we have all the numbers, let's add them up. So the movie ends up with a 4.3 out of 4.5. and that gives it an A+ rating. So there you guys have it. That's my movie review of Knives Out. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and also let me know which movie you want me to go against. But until then, this is Joshua Freeman. This has been Joshua vs. Movies. I'm going to see you guys in the next match.
An affair?
Yeah. A yes or no will do.
Yes or no, it do.